Call hello Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Rakakadash, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well over the flock. Shalom and salutation to you brothers out here pushing the words of truth and sincerity. Shalom to all the Akim and Akwaf listening. John 10:10, the thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. There's a difference between a thief who only comes to steal, kill, and destroy, which is Esau, Edom, so-called Caucasian males raised today, and the one that is coming back to give us life and life more abundantly, which is Yahweh Shah. His word is what gives us this life first. How? Because we put on royal white garments and replace our filthy garments with these clean garments. Our mind changes, all right? Because we've become more receptive to the one true truth on this earth, which is of the Bible, which brings forth salvation, brings forth edification, brings forth courage, strength, and faith, things that's needed for the times that we are soon approaching, these end times, this new world order time. Things have changed if you ain't noticed. All right, so this video is on, you do know Esau's watching us, right? That's what the title is. You do know Esau's watching us, right? All right, you may think I'm talking about CIA. You might think I'm talking about FBI. You might think I'm talking about, I don't know, the WHO organization. But I'm talking about Esau in general. It doesn't matter if it's the MI5 or the CIA or the Russian form of whatever they call their Central Intelligence Agency over there. All forms of government programs is being ran right now. And the main purpose, sole purpose, is to bring in this MOTB, the Bismarcky, which goes in your right hand or in your forehead, and to have complete control and dominance over the population of the earth and the globe. This is where the New World Order is leading to. And so the thief came. Esau, when we first met him, our first involvement with Esau is in captivity. Prior to this, Roman captivity. Prior to this, Greek captivity. I mean, we long have known these people to do just that. To be a thief, to steal, to kill, and to destroy. So he's watching you. All right, Esau's watching you. Once again, it don't matter who it is, what alphabet letters are included. They're watching us. Okay, what are they trying to find out? They're trying to incriminate us, trap us up. Okay, they want to know what you're thinking. They want to create systems of thought crime where they can predict that you're gonna do a crime, so they can penalize you or judge you according what they think you're going to do based on your history of what they've been able to take. All right, take from your social media history, further inform, so on and so forth. They're watching you. You do know they're watching you, right? This is article from Science Alert. This microchip with wings is the smallest flying structure humans have ever built. You see, it's Jake's hands it's on, right? Microchip with wings. It says here, article came out this week. Now, perhaps more than ever, engineers and scientists have been taking inspiration from nature when developing new technology. This is also true for the smallest flying structure humans have ever built. What do they need flying microchips or microflyers for? To spy on you, spy out your liberties, man. Where do you think these things will end up? In your living rooms, on your coffee tables, all right, behind your refrigerators, so forth and so on, in your pants pockets. All right, there's gonna come a day when they're gonna be able to track you just by the clothing that you're wearing. It's all smart grid tracking. All right, our goal is to add winged flight to a small scale electronic systems, with the idea that these capabilities would allow us to distribute highly functional miniaturized electronic devices to sense the environment for contamination, monitoring, population surveillance, that's what we're talking about, or disease tracking, right? New World Order tracking set up. Okay. Next, CNN. It says in lieu of taxing, it says the article is called New Revenue Initiative approved by Congress. All right. It says in lieu of taxing Apple, Amazon, and Bank of America, the U.S. government introduces an NSA-sponsored revenue generation initiative dubbed the Pay-Per-View Privacy Program, or PP for short. A monthly subscription of $29.99 USD grants you personal access to the recording of every private phone call you have made since 2001. The government sources also suggesting that an additional email access package may be proposed within the end of the year. Tracking you. Modern problems require modern solutions, right? This says, with all this surveillance and spying, how could pedophiles, rapists, murderers, war criminals, violent drug cartels, slave traders, despots, demon-worshipping child killers, terrorists, traitors, etc. be unhampered in their activities, unless those are the ones running the surveillance and spy grids? That's because Esau is the one watching us. You do know that, right? It says, without a judge's warrant, Australian cops can now hack your phone. And this was passed in 24 hours. It says collect or delete your data and take control of your social media accounts. All right. And this was 3 weeks ago. You see how Australia is now. They're using the advantage of being able to track you, collect your phone data, and take control of your social media to be able to bring in their NWO. Currently in Australia, there's all sorts of riots and insurrections of the people over there. I wonder how they're dealing with them as far as social media accounts go. Last but not least, this is just a quick depiction of some of the browsers if brothers want to try not to be tracked. Which, hey man, this is all set up by Esau. They, basically they know what we thinking, they know what we doing, they know what our next moves are, they know where we're gonna end up based on our maps, the Google Maps. They see the trends, they see how we move. Esau is very cunning, skilled, crafty hunter, and so he was the most subtle beast of the field during the time of Cain and Abel, but in the time of Salakia, Adam and Eve in the garden. And so one thing we know is that Esau is going to get the information whether he wants to or not. All right. And so let's get back into these scriptures. Right. It says here, Esau, Hebrews 12:16 says, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau. To be a profane person means lawful to be profane, unhallowed, common, public place of men ungodly. All right, so you're ungodly. The ungodly, profane, fornicator, and you know what a fornicator is. It says a man who indulges in unlawful sexual intercourse. All right, or the spiritual fornicator is somebody who worships idols, an idolater. Says, lest there be any fornicator or profane person. It's Esau. So Esau, Edom, all the books dating back from the early 1800s to the 1900s, all the scholars of that time, they exposed that Esau, Edom is the Roman Empire, period. The same ones ruling the Roman Empire are the same ones ruling America to this day. Esau, that's you. Your punishment is upon your head, all you Edomites out here. It says, for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. So this is a profane person, man. All right, he's a devil. He's a devil, and he's going to do what he's supposed to do. Ecclesiasticus 14:9, a covetous man's eye is not satisfied with his portion. That's Esau. He wants more. That's why he is watching you, tracking you, checking out your phone, your whereabouts, locations, constantly saving all your phone records, all your phone calls since 2001, your emails, after you deleted them, pictures after you put them up on the internet and deleted them. Esau got him. Why is he doing this? Because his soul is not satisfied. He's a covetous man. There's still more control that he wants, more order ab chaos that he wants. He's not finished ruling yet. He's not done with his job. His job was to be the devil. It says, "In the iniquity of the wicked dried up his soul." Right? I said Esau's job is to be the devil. And you go into the book of Revelations, or the scripture tells you right here in Revelation 6:4, "And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth." Who is the red man that's sitting on the earth? All right, the red horse. First of all, red, going back to Esau, Edom means red, Adawam. He's that red man. He lacks pigmentation. His blood shows forth through his skin. Those are those people. The horse symbolizes power. It says, "And power was given to him that sat there to take peace on the earth." How was power given to him? Because the earth shall be given into the hand of the wicked. Job 9:4. Daniel 4:17 said the Most High decrees for the watchers that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. All right. So here it is. The Most High gave Esau power to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. So now we know who we're dealing with, a maniacal devil. It says, "And there was given unto him a great sword." That great sword was given unto him all the way back in the book of Genesis, around the 37th chapter, where the blessing first came upon Jacob, because Jacob stole Esau's birthright, blessing that came along with the birthright. And when Esau got his birthright, it was to slay his brother Jacob and to rule with the sword. As you can see here, that great sword is not talking about a samurai sword. It says here, sword, Maikara. It says judicial punishment, a knife, dirt, figuratively war. That's a sword, all right? Figurative of war. So Esau's ruling with his sword. Why? What does he have that the nations are trying to get their hands on? Enriched uranium, the sword. Okay. Moving on. It says, right, "And there was given unto him power." Okay. You go to Jeremiah 49:16. "Thy terribleness have deceived thee in the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock." And this is the caveman, self-proclaimed Edomite, whose pride is so lifted up that it's deceiving him. And his terribleness goes into what he's done on this earth. All right, his shuddering, his horror. He's the horrible one. He's the hammer of the earth. Most High gave him that lot to cause destruction and wreak havoc in these end times. It says, "That holdeth the height of the hill. Though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord." Esau, his main depiction, character, animalistic nature is to be like the eagle. That's why there's the American eagle, and you had the eagle represented Rome during the time of the Romans. It's all coming back to fruition of who he is, and he made his nest as high as the eagle because he builds skyscrapers all the way up into the heavens. That's where he dwells at, similar to the caves, how he dwelt in the clefts of the rock. But he also goes out into space, and you can see it now with all the rich Edomites. They're using all their money for space exploration. Well, the Most High is going to bring them down, and that's also where Esau is going to try to hide when the Lord returns. The elites, okay, who have the money and the finances to get to outer space. All right. So this is this devil. This is what he was created to do: wreak havoc on this earth. Psalms 55:21 shows you can't trust him. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter. You know, a smooth mouth and smooth words is something that the masses of people like. All right, they like to be told that they're great, told that everything's going to be all right, told that change is coming, told that peace and safety is coming. Well, these are the smooth words that you've been acclimated to hear by our enemies, the Edomites. So it's smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. Once again, that sword involving how Esau is going to turn and show his horns in these last days. Scripture says in Revelation 12:12 that he's going to come down with vengeance and violence, all right, because he knows that he had a short time. He's going to make the terror, his terror and his horror felt, man. All right. So going into Psalms 110 and 2, the wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. How is he persecuting us? He's making sure that whoever doesn't have the Maxine waters, doesn't work, doesn't eat, doesn't sleep well, cannot have public housing, no more free anything. The government will no longer support you in your habits. They got you just where they want you, Jakes, reliant and entitled on free things. In order to get the free things, you're gonna now have to take different, different Maxines and different, obviously leading up to the tracking device, implantable mark of the beast. It says, he doth persecute the poor in his pride. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. So ultimately, those same nukes, those very ones that he studied all hours of the night for and continue to build with American debt money. Well, what's going to happen is that same technology is going to be used on him, on his country, on this whore of Babylon. All right. Joel 3:3 shows you what kind of people we are dealing with to this day. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. I pulled up the picture earlier that said, with all this technology and tracking, how can pedophiles, rapists, and murderers and criminals go unhampered in their activities? It says, unless those that are running the surveillance and spy grids are the ones doing it. And that's the purpose. That's the whole point. These are the same people that cast lots for the nation of Israel, the chosen. These are the same people that buck-braked and used alligator bait for the chosen people of the Lord. All right, these are the people that do their own people dirty. All right, they'll go to war with their own people. They'll poison their own people. So the scriptures tells you that if a man cannot do good unto himself, who else can he be good to if he's not good to himself? Well, that's Esau, Edom. And that's why the earth is in mourning right now, because the wicked are ruling. They casted lots for our people. They did that during the slave trade, all right? When they finally got reached, whoever slaves who are still alive to reach from, crossing the Atlantic Ocean, the ones that made it here were immediately put in the auction blocks and sold to the highest bidder. Families was separated. They didn't care, all right? And that continued for hundreds of years in America, all the way up until around the 1860s, from the as early as I believe the 16 or 1400s. Okay, so here we go. This is just time to expose Esau, for once and for all. Haggai 1:6. Ye have sown much and bring in little. And this is the plight of an Israelite in America. This is the plight of an Israelite all over the world. You sow much, but you bring in little. We work just as hard as every other man. And look at our past. It's full of work. But yet we have nothing to show for it. It says, ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. He that earneth wages. And what do we do as Americans? We go to work and we earn wages. Europeans have the same deal. Anyone who's a worker, who's an employee, you are a slave to your wages. And your wages you rely on for food, for drink, to eat, all right, to clothe you, all right, for housing. It says, he that earneth wages to put it in bags with holes. So now you don't even get all that you need, all that you are working hard for. Most of it is taken away from you before you even see a check. They siphon out money to Medicaid, siphon out money to Social Security, siphon out money to the infrastructure, the government, all right, Uncle Sam, whoever you're paying Esau so that he can continue to run his spy programs, surveillance programs, to continue to survey you, continue to create new weapons against you, and completely eradicate, our people, man. Because bottom line is Esau wants to take this country down to 500 million people, Salakia, the world. That's what it says in the Georgia Godstones. From 7.5 wherever billion we're at right now, to 500 million. He is ready for his genocide, and it's going to take place in our lifetime. Revelations 3:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience. This is dealing with the elect of the nation of Israel, who are keeping the word of your patience. The word of my patience is trusting in the Lord, all right, believing in the Lord, okay, honoring him by presenting our bodies as living sacrifices and doing his will, which is to feed his flocks with this word, all right, with understanding, wisdom, and knowledge in these end days, and prophesy about the downfall of this great kingdom, Babylon. It says, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. So that's what we all desiring to have done to us, that the Lord will keep us. When you go into the word keep here, it says by keeping an eye on. It says number one, to guard. It says watch. All right, implies a fortress or full military lines of apparatus. All right, so that's what the Most High is doing. He's gonna hold fast, keep us, preserve us, take care of us, attend to us carefully. All right, that's how the Most High is going to deal with his elect in the times we in. It says, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. The hour of temptation is the hour upon where every man upon earth, man, woman, and child is tried. All right, with the with the coercion and the tactics that Esau will come with to try to force people to take a Bismarck, all right, a chip that goes into your right hand or your forehead, which is their new system, their new world order system, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So ultimately, it's all leading up to this. All the surveillance is to see who is the whistleblowers, keep track of the anti-government people, keep track of the religious groups out here, keep track of how many babies is coming into this world, keep track of the money, where the money's being spent and sent to, all right, and keep track of your every move, thought, who you're talking to, what group you're following, who you're following online, how many times you watch a video, how many hours. They know you. They know how often you sleep. They know how often you're on the phone. All right, who you used to talk to, your ex. They got lists of your ex girlfriends and they know you lock, stock, and barrel. They know things about your family that you don't even know. Okay, so they can put all the pieces together, and they're going to do all of this to bring forth the hour of temptation. They're going to twist up family members. They're going to change up the narrative and make it seem as if you can't live, or the Most High is not going to provide for you. You're not going to be able to provide for yourself when all hell breaks loose. So you're going to have to rely on the government. And that's a lie they're going to push, that you can't deal. You'll have everything with them and nothing without them. Well, we know that's a lie, because the Most High said he's going to keep us from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the earth. So we're going to trust in the Lord and not in man. Lord willing, this video is edifying. Till next time, Shalom.